Hello, and in today's video we're going to have a quick look at some more Everway bits. So the new deluxe fortune deck for the new version of Everway, and a classic supplement, the Sphere Walker Sourcebook by Greg Stoltz. Now this is quite a desirable book that's been very hard to get hold of and has pretty decent prices on eBay, but they actually managed to find a little stash of them in a warehouse somewhere, and so you're able to order it. And it's a bit of a weird book. I'm not sure how I feel about it. It's got some nice little artwork inside it, but yeah, it's an odd one. It's not quite what I expected. So what you actually get in here is an alphabetical listing of various things. So for example, the Absolvers, we've got a nice little short story, and I guess some adventure seeds. For air, we've got, what does air do? Anubis, a god, so we've got some stories, and then we've got how would they be worshipped in a tribal country or city. Bell walking again, we've got some stories. So yeah, it's a weird little book where we seem to have, I guess, adventure ideas to inspire your player character, like the Griffins. There's an alternative take on how to play Griffins in the Everway setting, which maybe doesn't quite align to the original sort of fantasy role-playing game idea. We've got a load of deities, living songs. I mean, there's all sorts of weird and wonderful things in here. So there don't seem to be too many game rules in here from what I can see. It's more like stories and ideas and alternative interpretations. So as I say, it's really nice to have it in my collection, but I don't think it's something you really need for your game of Everway, but it's definitely something that they're apparently looking at reworking, because this is the original 96 or something edition of the book, and obviously for the new version of Everway they'll probably take what was here and update it to more modern sensibility. So yeah, nice little bonus extra, but the main reason for this video is actually to talk about the fortune deck. Now, as you can see with this fortune decks, you've actually got two sets of cards. So you've got updated version of the original fortune deck plus the season cards, giving you a total of 77 cards, and they're all tarot card sized. They're not the playing cards of the original, and you've also got the nice iconography for the various elements. It's deck 1 and 2. Yeah, and that's it. So anyway, let's get the shrink wrap off. Now, on opening the box up, you've got this lovely artwork, and if we actually tip the cards out, which is a lovely gold leaf around the edge, we've also got some nice artwork at the bottom of the box, and of course some astrological symbols. Really nice box, nice quality. Again, one criticism is if you decide to sleeve these cards, you're not going to get them back in the box. So let's get this little slip bit off. So we've got some cards here telling you a little bit more about the cards themselves. So you've got the elements, the planets, elemental spread, 3-card spread, season rank, tiers and deities. So there's a whole load of information on these cards as to how you can actually use this deck. Let's pop them at the bottom there. Then you've actually got the cards themselves. So you've got this lovely red back on them, and then on the other side, what they've done that's slightly different to the original cards, obviously you've got a much bigger piece of artwork. You've got Void, the Usurper, and then you've got the symbols that this card aligns itself to in elements. So you've got air, wind, etc. So duality, the Defender, so you've got safety and peril. You've also got numbers as well, and then you've got the element sign. So this is a big upgrade, I think, over the original cards. And yeah, they're really, really nice. Let's get to some of the new cards. So yeah, all sorts of funky stuff in here. Now, I believe this does also potentially include some cards that are in the boosters from the original set. But yeah, here you go. These are the season cards, I think, here. So as you can see, you've also got your astrology signs down at the bottom. So this is like the minor and major arcana from the tarot. And yeah, I mean, I don't want to show you every single card, but they're lovely, really, really nice. And I do quite like the fact they've got a number here, because as you probably were aware from my unboxing of the original game, is without a number on, for those of you who are a bit more gamey and maybe want to do a bit more maths, if you wanted to, you could just use these cards as randomized numbers. So if I've got a fire of 6 and I'm fighting a guy with fire of 5, you know, I flip a 3, they flip a 2, well, I win, I've got the higher ability. Alternatively, you could use these symbols. So I flip a fire, so I get to add this number. They flip an earth, so maybe they get half the number, and stuff like that. You know, you could come up with all sorts of little house rules to make the game be a bit more number driven rather than referee fiat, for want of a better word. So yeah, these are really, really nice. Now, unfortunately, I didn't actually order physical copies of the new books, partly because my Kickstarter budget was very constrained, but also because where I've got the original, it was a bit hard for me to justify the expense. So I'm very tempted by the PDF rules, and maybe in the new year I'm hoping I might actually be able to pick up the physical copies. But yeah, I just thought I'd give you a nice little quick look at the Sourcebook, which I believe is the only actual sort of official printed book that for the original version, and of course the new fortune deck. And this works with both the new and the original game, so it was a bit of a no-brainer to pick this one up. Anyway, that was it for this video. Short and sweet. Until the next one, happy gaming.